Fala galera, pra quem tá chegando aí, ó, daqui a pouquinho as emoções então do Mundial de Kite Wave de Ibiraquera 2024 é a Copa Kitley Gka World Cup Brasil. Daqui a pouquinho, galera, então estão começando as emoções, os meninos já estão na água ali. Fiquem ligados, agora é o tempo de pegar a pipoca, é o tempo de sentar, olhar, chamar os amigos, sair liberando o link. E galera, bora liberar porque vai ter sorteio irado, porque a Mormai tá entrando aí para presentear vocês também. Então bora aí, se inscreve lá no canal. Quem tiver inscrito lá na Kitley, a revista Kitley, e mandar aqui, eu quero ganhar o boné azul da Kitley, vai concorrer também a prêmios da Mormai, a vários prêmios irados. Então fiquem ligados aí. E quando a música baixar, a gente tá voltando.
É isso aí, galera, sejam todos muito bem-vindos. Estamos aqui com a primeira bateria de Kite Wave na água, circuito mundial, e são as meninas já dando um show aí. A primeira bateria desse round 1, nós temos a Luana Saunier enfrentando a Sofia Abreu e a Luísa Neto. As notas aos poucos agora sendo digitadas aqui, logo logo estarão aí na tela para vocês. Nesse momento a Sofia vem liderando a bateria, seguida pela Luísa. E em terceira, Luana. E tem atleta na onda, vamos acompanhar ela vista ali à esquerda, se armar, já vai buscando posicionamento. Hoje o mar deu uma baixada, mas o vento tá bombando aqui na Ibiraquera, Nordeste, do jeito que a galera gosta. E ali a atleta da lycra vermelha faz a cavada, faz a rasgada invertendo a mão na barra. Já se prepara para a próxima, ali faz uma batida. Boa onda agora da lycra vermelha. Ainda acredita, ali vai para a segunda sessão. Já em resposta vem a outra atleta lá atrás da lycra verde no backside, faz a rasgada. Fica por ali, a vermelha manobrou ali até a beirinha. De vermelho tá Sofia Abreu, de verde tá Luísa Neto e de branca Luana Saunier.
É isso aí, galera, é isso aí. Recebendo notícias aqui, estão me ouvindo? Pronto, a galera tá falando aqui que tá ok. Bora lá, galera, então começou aí o Circuito Mundial de Kitesurf na categoria feminina. Luana Saunier, uma categoria só de brazucas aí, ó. Luana Saunier com 5,55. Luana que é de Canoa Quebrada. Sofia Abreu do Rio de Janeiro com 12,40 e Luísa Neto com 4,07. Sofia aí que vem atuando muito bem, conhece bastante aqui o mar de Ibiraquera, que é o quintal dela, tem toda a prática e está protagonizando a bateria que vem com a lycra de colar vermelha, apresentar para vocês vermelha e o mar laranja. E Luana Saunier, que é de Canoa Quebrada aí, ó, atleta experiente que está vindo arrasando aí. Para ela é totalmente difícil porque é uma outra pegada. Ela está entrando, o mar de Ibiraquera não é a praia dela, mas ela está mostrando que tem garra e está fazendo bonito. E Luísa Neto aí, ó, a carioca também, que está entrando aí cada vez mais no circuito, querendo estar junto com as meninas, querendo evoluir o seu kitesurf no pé. Então é legal ver essa união da galera mostrando isso aí. Vamos lá, fim de bateria, bandeira vermelha para cima, soa a buzina aqui e vamos esperar as notas aqui dessa primeira bateria pelo Circuito Mundial de Kitesurf, a Copa Kitley Gka, World Cup Brasil e Ibiraquera 2024.
Just missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamad International Airport.
And welcome back, everybody, as we continue on with the second heat here of round number 1 of the women. We have Jalila Paulino, Jasmina Burinao, and Astrid Chelus coming out to see who will be going into that round number 3 and who will be going into round number 2, as we are going to be pushing through the complete women's ladder, I've just been told. And then when we finish that, we will be going into the men's discipline. 16-minute heats, top 2 waves are the ones that count, and then they have 10 wave attempts. So Jalila from Susim Film is going to be over there in the white lycra. So cool to see her back. She has run some of the longest downwinders here in Brazil since the beginning, and very cool to have her joining us here in the competition. Jasmina now also, they're going to be in the red lycra, and Astrid Chelus in the green, joining us back there in Dakla last year. She is a world-class free skier out there on the free ski world tour. And here, just Luana Sanier with a smile, always a smile, this young athlete, as one of the Brazilian athletes. As in that last heat, I already have confirmation, Sofia Abreu, who is the overall champion of the Brazilian nationals, with a 13.34, and Astrid here on the left-hand side, a duotone athlete, getting some nice moves. And here we see Jasmina having a little look, but deciding against that wave.
Agora na água, Jalila fazendo sua apresentação, defendendo aqui o pico da barra da Ibiraquera. Ela que vem com a laica branca ali no backside, mandou 2 rasgadas ali boas. Vamos ver, acredito que essa onda vai entrar no somatório dela. E tem a Yasmina e Astrid nessa bateria. Esse aqui é o primeiro round, a segunda bateria da categoria feminina aqui no circuito mundial de kitesurf wave.
All right, engaging, nice bottom turn, big off the top, beautiful there for her. Keeping the speed, can she make it past the foam ball all the way down? And she's got 2 decent turns in. There's the third, slashing the tail out. Very nice, very nice. Astrid with that 2.60 of that last one. But Jasmina here, very nice wave there from her. It was Sofia Abreu with the biggest score, and a very big score of 13.34. But it's that move, boom, right in the power section of the wave. Judges are really going to be liking that one. As Sofia got a 7.67 and a 5.67, so those are your 2 highest scores of the competition so far. Alright, so we have round number 2, heat number 1. We have Luana Sanier. Here we can see this young lady coming on Losserang, getting ready, heading out of Switzerland, but local in Tarifa, as she prepares herself for her heat. She is going to be in there in heat number 5. In third position with 2,220 points, Cassiani Rodriguez with 2,350, and Capucine Delanois with 2,740. Capucine, second place in Cape Verde, first in Silt, and she was second in Dakla. But hey, I tell you what, Jasmina here really throws those turns in. All right, here we have Jalila dropping in, going backside.
É isso aí, é isso aí. Como o Joe tava falando aqui, vamos pra cima, muita ação aqui, recebendo aqui as notícias de última hora. Vamos ter as próximas baterias. E lembrando aí, como o Joe tava falando, O título está correndo aí com Cappuccini e Kesiane. A Kesiane que já somou aí um primeiro lugar aí na etapa de Dakla. Teve o terceiro lugar, que foi aquela questão duvidosa que todo mundo reclamou. Enfim, Silt, que ela poderia ter passado. E agora está vindo aqui na etapa de Ibiraquera. Lembrando, galera, que tem um descarte. Então o campeonato ele tem um descarte. E vamos ver quem está protagonizando essa bateria. Então olha lá, a francesa Astrid está levando 6.23, que vem com a laca verde. A Yasmina da Suíça está com 0.60, não pontua muito ainda. E aí vem Jalila Paulino aí com 3, aí Jalila Paulino, que é local, que é aqui do Brasil, que entrou para o circuito brasileiro de Kite Wave, mostrando poder feminino, empoderamento feminino aqui da região. Conseguiu a vaga aí para ir para o Mundial e está aí agora representando o Brasil e Ibiraquera nessa bateria. Vem daí, Joe.
Jalila, backside hack. The bottom side of the competition area. Very nice, very nice. And there we go, a 6.0, well deserved, 6.0 there for that waves from Jasmine as the judges, really rewarding those turns, really rewarding the commitment and the power throughout the maneuvers. So great work there for Jasmina. Astrid, second position, as you can see her here on the screen with a 6.80. But Jasmina already with a 6.97, the second highest wave score of the competition so far. Astrid coming down the line. What she got? That's better off the top. Linking it right into another turn. Judges are going to like that. Speeds it a little bit off, and a little bit of a handbrake turn finisher. Astrid definitely keeping herself busy. And making it all the way down the line, and oh, there you go. All right, so nice wave here. Astrid Chalusa on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, but your leader in this heat is going to be Amina Buyanau, as you can see here, as her scores are going to change once again, 6.97.
Bora pra cima que tem velejo. E olha lá, Jalila Paulino, ele chegando, tá se igualando aí, as minas da Suíça avança aí, assume a bateria com a Astrid aí da França. Na camiseta de lycra branca, vocês estão vendo agora a Jalila Paulino, que tá vindo pra onda e desiste da onda ali. Vamos lá. Vocês estão vendo agora aqui a área restrita, onde ninguém pode passar, todo o público tem que ficar atrás, ali é voltado só pro atleta. Então a galera tá exatamente do lado esquerdo, do lado direito das estruturas. Ninguém pode passar nesse meio, só os atletas das baterias, serviço médico ou a galera credenciada, a galera de câmera, para trazer tudo isso para vocês em primeira mão. Essas são as imagens aí da Copa Kitley Gka World Cup Brasil 2024. Galera, está recebendo uma informação aqui. Galera já se preparando, está uma união entre os mundos aí. A galera da Wingley aqui, que está lançando essa revista internacional de wingfoil, está presente em todos os campeonatos, fazendo bonito, unindo aí o esporte do wing, do kite. Esse do wing que está vindo aí de uma pegada bem bonita, que é a evolução, né? Hoje a galera que tá do kite está indo pro wing, o wing que é a galera que é do windsurf está indo pro wing. Então o wing tá vindo com uma grande explosão e a Wingley sabe disso, então tá apoiando aqui, tanto o circuito mundial de kitesurf quanto o circuito mundial de wing foil. Então você vai ver na água aí vários atletas aí com as lycras wing para mostrar essa união aí. E vamos para cima, galera. Vem daí, Joe.
And at the moment, 11:30 here. So early days. So we continue on with your Copa Kitley Gka Kitesurf World Cup here in Ibiraquera, Brazil.
Vem de lá, Joe. Joe tá lá recebendo as informações, bebendo o seu Red Bull. Mas não vamos deixar morrer aqui. Aqui a bateria tem que estar animada, tem que estar falando o tempo todo. Solta a voz, Joe. Então vamos lá. Yasmin aqui da Suíça, ela tá vindo agora com 10. Ela tá aumentando aqui, tá disparando, protagonizando aqui essa bateria. Jalila Paulina aqui e a Astrid estão lutando ali lado a lado. A Astrid tá levando melhor por enquanto. E Jalila aí está ocupando a terceira posição dessa bateria. E a Yasmina, por enquanto, protagonizando. Eu acho que não tem como mudar. Quando já vê uma disparidade assim, a gente já começa a perceber a grande vitoriosa da bateria. Então, Yasmina, por enquanto, até o momento, está avançando. E Jalila e Astrid indo para a repescagem.
A turn there from her, keeps it together. Let's not forget 10 waves for each one of these athletes. Only the top 2 will count. Alright, so we are just at the moment coming. High tide is at 2:45. So high tide is at 2:45. So we are about 3 hours away from that. So mid tide so far. It is on the push, but at the moment it really is starting. The waves are definitely dropping. I do agree. Hopefully we will see that one increasing so far, but as we continue on, one thing is that the high and the low there is not a lot of difference. There really isn't a lot of difference. So let's see if the tides are going to give it a little extra push. But at the moment, without a doubt, Jasmina is your leader. "90 seconds, 90 seconds." As we approach that final minute. So 60 seconds to go. Jasmina looking like she is with 1 foot in the door to moving her way into that round number 3, where she will be going up against Elena Luz and Kesiani Rodriguez. That is not an easy hit. Back there in Dakla, those are the only athletes to get 9-point rides and plus. And Jasmina here, consistent though, 6 and a 6.40. Here we go. Okay, dropping in. Nice bottom turn, big off the top hack, beautiful. Really like how she just sets that rail and drives her way through. 20 seconds here. And yet another wave, but yeah, very, very impressive surfing from this young athlete. And just a little tail slide there at the end, just to give the judges a little extra sauce. as we are about to close this heat out. And coming up next, we will be going into heat number 1 of round number 2. But while we're waiting, let's check out the highlights of that last heat.
Just missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamid International Airport.
This is a dream come true.
And welcome back, everybody, as we continue on here. Round number 2 out on the water of the women. Here coming up is going to be that heat number 1 as we get ready. Green flag is about to hit the sky. There it is, the yellow flag. Less than a minute to go. Who are going to be the players? We will find out as we are going to get them coming up here on the screen. As it looks like it is going to be a Brazilian heat, and that noise means only one thing. We are going to be going into action. So, Jalila Paulino and Luana Sarnier, your 2 athletes. Only one will prevail, only one will continue on to see who are going to be the 2 athletes making it into the round number 3. So already Sofia Abreu, Clemence de Riana, Camilo Serrano in this heat. The winner of this heat will be going up against Elena Luz and Kesiani Rodriguez. As we get ready to rumble, 16 minutes, 2-minute transitions. The top 2 waves are the ones that are going to count. And you have 10 wave attempts. In the white is going to be Jalila Paulino. In the red is going to be Luana Sarnier. As we are getting ready to go, as both of them have a wave. Oh, Jalila. Bada bing, bada boom off the top. A little bit of a foam climb there, but going off the back. Luana getting 3 or 4 turns in, but still going quite straight down the line. Judges, you know, we've been saying about the judges' criteria, they're looking for the verticality. They're looking to be able to wrap those turns around, link it, hit that wave in the sweet spot, and really use the power of the wave and advantage and push that forward with the power of the kite. Wind is a little bit more offshore at the moment, so that does make things a little bit harder. But our athletes are the best in the world, banding it out against themselves and Mother Nature. Let's see who will be making their way through this round number 2.
É isso aí, galera. Vocês estão vendo aqui as emoções então do circuito mundial de Kite Wave. Agora as meninas na água, Luana Sarnier, que está na repescagem. Ela está pegando aí Jalila Paulino, 2 brasileiras aí. É o Ceará enfrentando. Porque Jalila, ela é de São Paulo, ela é do Rio, ela é do Ceará, ela tem coração em todo lugar. Então é a Jalila Paulino aí que agora está residindo aqui. Botou aí Ibiraquera como seu lugar preferido, pegando Luana Sarnier aí de canoa quebrada, disputando aí para ver quem vai continuar. Elas que se enfrentam aqui nesse combate direto agora, menina versus menina.
All right, so Jalila at the moment with a 7.33, who is out there in the lead. And we have our Luana Sonia trying to get back a 2.77 and a 1.40. Who is going to be the athlete that will be making it through to the next round? We will find out. 16-minute heats, top 2 waves and 10 wave attempts for each one of these athletes. We are currently have 18 to 20 knots. Athletes are out there on 10 and 11 meters. It's a little bit stronger before. Forecast says the wind is going to be dropping ever so slightly and maybe even disappearing to the end of the afternoon. 1 o'clock seems to be where it all starts to cut off. But we continue on here for your second day of competition. So we're going to be pushing all the way through with the women. And Jalila and Luana at the moment trying to battle it out. All right, Luana dropping in on the wave. Jalila picked off a nice set. Both of these athletes, Jalila a little bit closer to the pocket. Luana is very down on the shoulder. Jalila having a little look to the left, a little look to the right. And getting 2 decent turns, and Luana kind of out in the flats. That is not going to be a big potential scorer. And in that heat before, we can say that a congratulations to Jasmina Bujanao, 13.73, as they are the winner in this heat. All right, so there we just saw Diego there, who one of the Kitley family. This man with the smile, sí señor. A huge amount of passion here with Kitley, and a big shout out to Laura and Rafael for bringing this huge Brazilian leg. We know how hard it is, and they always make us feel at home. So a shout out to the Kitley and the Copa Kitley family, as we are here for your Copa Kitley Gka Kitesurf World Cup.
É isso aí, Joe. Obrigado aí pelas palavras. É isso aí, é uma união, é uma família aí. É muito difícil, a galera não tem ideia como é difícil fazer eventos, enfim, no Brasil. Tá tendo essa evolução aí, a Kitley ela vem pegando para trazer essa evolução, porque a gente vai em cara e é muito difícil. A gente chega nas prefeituras, a prefeitura perde a eleição, aí ela tira todo o apoio, não tem apoio, então a Kitley vai ter que ir lá e faz tudo acontecer. A gente leva para outro lugar tira o apoio, mas devido ao atleta a gente faz acontecer, mas a galera que está por trás não entende, não vê a luta que é isso, a luta que é fechar, pagar as taxas de homologação, fazer tudo isso acontecer para proporcionar tudo isso que vocês estão vendo aí para os atletas. É bem difícil, mas a Kitley luta especialmente por todos vocês, por todos os atletas, para acontecer isso aqui, ó. Para quando chega numa prefeitura, a prefeitura perde e tira o apoio, a gente não cancela o evento, a gente vai lá, arruma soluções, faz acontecer para deixar esse legado aí para as cidades, para todo mundo. Então é bem difícil realmente todo esse trabalho, né? Por isso que é importante a união de todo mundo aí e fazer isso acontecer. Então na água agora, vamos lá. Tá, Jalila Paulino e Luana Saunier ainda na disputa. Jalila está protagonizando aí a disputa com a lycra branca, levando 7.83, e Luana Saunier com a lycra de cor vermelha com 5.84.
5.84 out here on the water right now. Having a little look at the heat order so far. As it is official, we are going to be continuing on. So we are going to go all the way through. At the moment, round number 2 will be heat number 3 and number 4. So we are in heat number 3 now. And then we will go straight into round number 3. As of round number 4, it will be overlapping system. And Jalila with a nice turn there, making her way around. All right, so we're going to see. There you go, nice turn off the top there for Jalila, as she is currently in the lead. And a smile, I can see the white in her teeth, so she is happy about that one. As we now continue on, so just coming up to 3 minutes to go. And Jalila 8.36 versus a 5.84 for this young lady on our screen. Luana Sonia, always with the smile, and it is so cool to see Jalila here once again as well. One of the classics of the northern side of Brazil, as I mentioned before, together with Surf Sim Fim, organizing some of the longest downwinders in the world, stopping at all different places along the Brazilian coastline. And one of my favorites, Atins, which is absolutely beautiful. If you guys can get up there, I definitely do recommend it. And kind of the other side of the coin down here on the south coast of Brazil, as we are here in Ibiraquera, which is just below Rio de Janeiro, where it is a lot greener. And this time of the year just coming past, as we start to get into the warm season. We've had rain, it's green, and it is beautiful out here. And there we can see Astrid Chalus with the smile. She knows she's coming up next. As we're just approaching those 60 seconds, just getting close to that final minute. So Jalila dropping in a wave here, 4.03, a 4.33. Luana with a 3.07. All right, Luana on a wave, and she can see what Jalila is doing. All right, Luana, does she get up? Yes, she does. Mid-face turn, though. She's going to need to get more vertical if she wants to get the scores. Up again. Going backside here, which is not easy. And Luana all the way down the line with a few turns here. Let's see if she can get a little bit more of a snap. There you go. That's a bit better. And see what the judge is going to think of that one, because it looks like, I reckon that could be the final wave for each of these athletes. As we're about to close out the final 10 seconds, here we go. And just about coming to the end of the heat. So we are done and closing it out. It is going to be Jalila Paulino who will be making it through to the next round. Let's have a catch the highlights and have a short commercial break.
just missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamid International Airport.
And welcome back, everybody, as we continue on. Next out on the water, Luisa Neto, Astrid Chelus. Let's not forget that only one athlete will prevail and continue on into round number 3. The winner will be going out there and going up against Simona Schwartzman and Capucine Delanois as we start off 16 minutes of action. Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? And just waiting for information to come in on that last heat. It is going to be Jalila Paulino, who has taken the win. Congratulations to her. And also congratulations to Luana Sonia. Great riding, just unfortunately not being able to get the right waves. And Jalila is going to be continuing on here in the Copa Kitley. Here we can see Luana. Well, she's not the happiest right now, but still a great athlete and doing some very nice surfing out there. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way. In the water right now, as we have those 16 minutes, you can see both of these athletes, the duotone athletes with the Neo, Astrid Chelus and Luisa Neto. So it looks like Astrid is out there on the blur, if I'm not mistaken. So I can see the fluoro yellow, either the 5.6 or the 5.3, I would say she'd be out on. And Luisa looked like she was out there on the whip, so waiting to get a closer look. As we can see, Astrid is going to be there on the right-hand side with the red lycra. Going to have Luisa with the white on the left. And yes, she is out there on the whip, as you can see the stubby nose. So both of these duotone teammates. Who is it going to be? So Astrid dropping in as she goes in on a wave. Here we go, 12.5 minutes. Just mistimed that section, not being able to get past and over. Can she get past the foam ball here? Looks like she's decided against it as she goes back out. Switches the feet. And into position to try and get on that next set. Jalila. She's happy. There's the smile. That is what we want to see. And the big hug there with Luana. Congratulations to Jalila. She continues on. And a great sportsmanship there of both of those athletes.
É isso aí. Voltando aqui, ó. Nas transmissões aqui ao vivo em português. 2 sistemas agora simultâneos aqui. Josie Astley com a gente na transmissão do Internacional. E a gente aqui, ó, trazendo de pertinho tudo para vocês que acontece na cena em português. Trazendo várias surpresas. A gente vai começar a disparar agora várias enquetes aí concorrendo a brindes. Porque tá chegando a hora nos momentos aqui decisivos também, cada vez mais apertando. Então, tivemos agora a presença de Luana Saunier e Jalila Paulino. Jalila que veio aí pelo circuito brasileiro de kitesurf, ela que fez sua estreia no circuito, garantindo aí sua cadeira, subiu e acabou agora conseguindo chegar aí no Mundial de Kite Wave e já passou a bateria. Foi para repescagem, pegou Luana e acaba de avançar. E Luana acaba se despedindo aqui, dando seu adeus aqui a Ibiraquera no circuito mundial de Kite Wave, a Copa Kitley Gka Kitesurf World Cup Brasil 2024. E na sequência aí, ó, Luísa Neto com Astrid. Luísa que também é brasileira, é a carioca que tá pegando aí Astrid aí. E a Astrid já está protagonizando e já dispara em cima de Luísa com 7.46 na camiseta de lycra vermelha e Luísa Neto na camiseta de lycra branca. Luísa que está começando aí no Wave, está indo em vários campeonatos, marcando presença aí. Isso é legal ver essa galera cada vez mais se empolgando, entrando, até para a questão de estar envolvido aí na cena, um workshop pessoal com a galera, troca de experiências. Então Luísa aí que tá conhecendo, tá tentando evoluir aí o seu Kite Wave e vem com tudo. Parabéns aí, Luísa, pelo empenho e dedicação. Luísa aí que é de Macaé, lá no Rio de Janeiro, pegando aí a Astrid, a francesa Astrid aí, que tá vindo já disparando a bateria, protagonizando aí com 7.46. E daqui a pouquinho a gente vai pegar aí Kesiane Rodrigues e Serena Luz na mesma bateria.
Astrid Chalus and Luisa Neto. Here we have Sofia Abreu, your Brazilian national champion. Always the smile. Very powerful athlete. She had a 13 plus on that first heat. A 13.34, and that is what I call focus, as she's seeing who's going to continue on in the competition.
Por eso lo digo. Sí, vale. Nada, tío.
All right, we can see Clemence Derian getting ready. Let's not forget, as she knows she is in the next heat up against, as she is in with Sofia Barrel that we just saw, and Camille Lassaran. Camille Lassaran, she is currently third on the overall ranking, 2,220 points, wanting to battle it out to see if she can get this World Championship title, as the battle is in between Capucine Delanois and Kesiane Rodriguez and Camille Lassaran. Who is it gonna be? Alright, so Astrid all the way down. And as I mentioned before, your duotone athlete. As you can see her out there on the new Blur D-Lab. With that bright yellow. As she is currently in the lead with that 7.6. And looks like she's holding on to it at the moment. Luisa Neto, she's from Brazil. So she knows these waters well. Comes from the north, if I'm not mistaken. And it looks like they have brought out the bigger kites. So it looks like they're now on 10s to 11s. Just information has come in to me. Thank you, guys. So 10 to 11 meters seems to be the generic. I'm going to say it looks like Astrid is probably on the 24-meter lines. And Luisa is going to be on the 22s just by the position of her kite there with the Neo. 6 minutes to go, so they've already had 10 minutes of action as we continue on with this second day of competition. Astrid dropping in. Here we go. All right. First check turn off the top. Wave really fading out, and she is just straight lining it to the bottom. It's not really opening up. Here we go. Here she can get a section. And you can see it is light here on the inside. She's still in the lead at the moment. But yeah, looking to try and get a little bit more scores. That backup score of a 2.47, but a nice 5.13. As I mentioned before, to Astrid, a world class free skier out there on the Free Ride World Tour. An absolutely incredible athlete, and like a lot of the athletes here on tour, ambassadors of the sport. Always has a smile, always eager just to talk to everybody on the beach, and that's what we want to create. That's what we want to see the new generations coming up with, to be approachable, and that's what the brands also want to see. They know the gear can be approachable, always the shaka, always the smile, and great to see the athletes down here for your Ibiraquera Brazilian Lake. Also, there's World Championship scenarios will be coming in shortly as we continue on with your women's kite surfing division. But so far at the moment, round number 2, only one will prevail and continue on in the competition. Will it be France or will it be Brazil? Alright, Astrid here gets a bit of a mid-face turn there. But as you can see on the inside, the wind really does start to let them off. They're having to work that kite. And I can see 15 to 18 knots. 15 to 18 knots, so wind is definitely dropping. Having a look at the forecast also, it says that around 2 o'clock it is going to be going down. We are just coming past 12 now, as I reckon that peak moment has already passed, as it said. Astrid increasing ever so slightly, 8.03. 3 minutes to go. And here we can see Luisa making her way out to the back. Alright, Luisa, you can see a little frustrated. She's looking to the left, looking to the right, as there really is no swells around her. Astrid managed to pick up that good wave of a 5.13, giving her that advantage. But Luisa really struggling here, as she's got 2 minutes to go. Alright, it's going to be engaging. Here we go. So, needs a 5 and a bit. Needs a 5 something to be able to move her way into that first position. 2 decent turns. Oh, but gets pulled across and the kite goes down. That could be the nail in the coffin, as Astrid is getting yet another wave and she keeps the power. But this one is closed down in front of her, and she's gone and decided against it. So 90 seconds. And I have a feeling that it is going to be the final moments here for Luisa Neto, because she needs to get back out and she needs to get a set wave, and that set just came through. Let's see if we can see a little far out and if there is any energy coming towards her. But she has less than 60 seconds just on the clock. Hopefully that wing foiler will get out of the middle of the competition area. So there are 60 seconds left on the clock. And it is Astrid Chilus in the lead. She had that great 5.13. Who is it going to be? Because only one will continue. There can only be one, as the grand old Highlander would say. And here we can see a couple of wing foilers in the middle of the competition area. And hopefully the skis will be removing them quite surely, so they're out of the middle. 20 seconds. So it is definitely looking like, unless we can see Luisa coming in behind. And yep, it is going to be official, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Astrid Chilus who is going to be moving her way into the next round. Congratulations to this young lady here on the screen. Let's grab the highlights of that heat. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue on. Sofia Abreu, Clemence Derian, and Camille Lassaran in the water. 16 minutes of action. Camille Lassaran third on the overall ranking. We have Clemence Derian, one of the top surfers, but Sofia Abreu so far the top athlete out here. 13.34 in that first heat. She is going to be in the white lycra. Clemence dropping in, your F1 rider. What has she got for us? As this is looking like going to be her first wave. Here we can see Sofia Abreu. Check turn, back to the power section. What's she going to do now? Lining it up. A little bit of a foam climb, but deciding against it. As I mentioned before, wind is definitely dropping. It really is dropping. And you can see it here on the inside. It is starting to get a little bit fluky. Oh, big terms here from Camille. Look at the power. Throwing it around, as you can see her, your duotone athlete. It looks like she is either out there on the vault or the blur. I reckon that is actually looking more like the vault. See if I can see that swallowtail in the back. But it is a little bit fatter in the middle, so I'm going to say that's the Vault SLS, the new concept blue board from Duotone. Sofia Abreu, your North athlete, as she is out there on the carve. And we saw it there with Clemence, as she is getting ready and pushing her way through your F1 athlete. All right, here we can see. Looked like she was out there on the. She was out there on an 11 meter before, just before I came in. And we can see her on the Charge Pro. Here we go. Nice. Boom! Good morning, bom dia. Beautiful turn there from Sofia Abreu. As we can see her moving all the way up the top. We're going to grab a replay of that last move when it happens. She's just pushing. And again, one of the things she does really beautiful is she keeps right in the power section of the wave. She uses it as if she was surfing, and that's why she gets those top scores. Here we can see, look at this, off the top, letting the fins loose, throwing water for miles. That is what the judges want to see, and that is what is giving her the top scores here today. So definitely charging her way through the competition. And as it came for a kite out there on the car from North Kiteboarding, here we can see Camille lost a run. What's it going to be? But nope. It's going to be Clemence. As Clemence is going to be dropping in. And there we can see her on, looking like that is the Muto Pro. I'm going to say that is looking like the Muto Pro, probably the smaller size there for her. Clemence Derriam, as she is going to be out there, going backside all the way down. Information is she has the 5.4. So most of the girls out on the smaller versions of the board. As we can see here, yes, it is the Vault SLS Concept Blue there for Camille, and she's out on the 5.4 as well. And here we can see with the Charger Pro from Sofia. Sofia, it's just the timing. Look, pushing off those fins. She just has that surfing style, really getting that rotation around. And this is why she has that 4.87 for that wave before. And now looking like we're waiting for one more score to come in. In the lead, Sofia Abreu. Let's have a little look at the ladder. What would be happening? What would be happening when it comes to the ladder? So Sofia Abreu at the moment, or she would be making her way, if she keeps it as it is, we'll be making her way into heat number 1 of round number 5. Then it will be in round number 4. We will see the second and third positions of each one of these heats are going to be going in. In round number 4, we are going to be doing the overlapping system where we have 2 heats out there at once. 10 minutes to go. Okay, here we have Sofia Abreu on the right. Check turn in the middle of the wave. Keeping the speed again. Here it is. Now she can get a bit more speed. Does she time it right? Yes, she does. Foam climb. Just not quite having as much power as she wanted, but still in the lead. 7.47 here. Sofia Abreu, your current #1 in the heat and the competitor with the highest heat score of the day. Nice little floater there from Camille. Roundhouse cut in the south back. You can see looping around to keep that power. That's better off the top. Camille moving that kite around and getting a very nice wave here for her. She is in pursuit of a World Championship title as she is 3rd on the overall ranking. And she is only, I say only, 490 points away. So it is going to be close. It is definitely going to be close there for her. As she is, 520 points away from Capucine de la Noire. So, of course, anything can happen. Anything can happen, but Capucine de la Noire definitely has the upper hand of becoming world champion one more time. 8.5 minutes. Sofia dropping in on another wave. This is looking like a very nice set wave. We could see Clemence de Rian there in the front. So Sofia Abreu, you can see braking, making sure she keeps that face. This is looking like a very nice set wave. Here we are. Sofia Abreu checking in. Clemence as well. It looked like it was going to form, but it didn't. And Clemence, top turn there. Underneath the lip. And here just trying to, let's say, do some damage control down the line and get some scores up there. 3.17, 1.83 Clemence. So Sofia Abreu 9.24, Clemence de Rian 5.0, Camille Lassaram with a 3.76. She's had some good waves. I think, let me double check our panel here. She's still waiting for some scores to come in. And there it is, Camille 7.90, that's better. 4.77 for that last wave. Clemence with a 2-ish for that last wave, so she is looking like she's going to be improving on that backup score. Going a little bit further, which will take her in to almost at a 6 as we approach the 6 final minutes here of this heat. Sofia Abreu having a little look to the left, having a little look to the right. Already that 9.24, so she is comfortably in the lead. Wow, waves are really hard. Y un saludito a esa persona. Que menuda colleja. Here we can see Sofia, beautiful, all the way down. 2 great turns there for her, as she is the athlete to beat. The athlete to beat is without a doubt this young lady here on your screen, Sofia Abreu, as she is getting the best turns and the best waves of the competition so far. And here you can see that replay. Little bit of a wiggle, little bit of a wobble, but still, every wave this young lady gets on, she produces scoring potential. She really does have it dialed. I mean, this is why she's Brazilian champion. She is on home turf. She knows these conditions. She knows this location. I must admit, I'm very excited to see an old friend of mine who's going to be competing in the men's Guilherme Brandão. We competed together back in the days of PKA. I'm not going to say how many years ago that was, because we are still spring chickens. But it is very cool to see old friends coming into the water. And one of the beautiful things of these surfing disciplines, you know, traveling in the world, you meet people, and also make sure to take the time to keep in touch with those people, and also have those extra days to explore new locations, not just go to the same beach once after another. Camille Lassaran here with a very nice wave. You can see here on the replay a couple of good turns. One thing I really like about Camille is how she keeps the speed. So don't forget, she is one of the best freestylers there are, and has been working hugely on her surfing game. And here, that is a better wave there from her. Let's see what the judges are saying about that one. So we're waiting for some numbers to hit. Looking good. Looking good. I'm pretty sure it is going to be improving on her overall average. And a 5.83 for that last wave there from Sofia. So 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. Clemence dropping in. She's got a 6.0. Looking to go for that first position. Oh, Clemence going down. As you can see, a kite, unfortunately, going into the drink, as my good friend Liam would say. 45 seconds. Camille, 7.90. She is in the lead here on the second position. But Sofia Abreu, she has just been in a world of her own at the moment. 2 great heats, plus 10-point averages. And here, having a look back, because it does look like there's some motion in the ocean. As we come to the final seconds of this heat. And waiting for those final waves. So this wave of Camille is going to count. Just managed to keep together that turn. And so this wave is going to count for Camille. But it is not going to be enough to get past Sofia Abreu. So Sofia Abreu is going to be moving away through to the round number 5. And round number 4 will be Camille Lassaran and Clemence Derian. Let's catch the highlights of that heat and go to a short commercial break.
This is a dream come true.
And welcome back, everybody. Coming up next, Jalila Paulino, Serena Luz, and Kessiane Rodriguez. Heavy hitting heat, as this is the Brazilian powerhouse out here on the water. Starting off strong, Serena Luz is going to be out there in the red, Kessiane Rodriguez in the green, and Jalila Paulino in the white. Let's not forget, Serena Luz and Kessiane Rodriguez had 9-point-plus waves over there in Brazil. And as it comes for Kessiane, she had one of the best heats we have ever seen, as she scored a 19.07, a 9.57, and a 9.50 for the best combination heat we have seen so far. She is second on the overall ranking, 2,350 points, and with Capucine Delanois in that first position. She's hungry, she's on home turf, she is a Kitley athlete. This is the Copa Kitley, repping out North Kiteboard, and you can see keeping herself busy, and look how she moves that kite, keeps the speed, pushes away along, looping it. And this is the kind of surfing we were waiting to see. Ladies and gentlemen, Kessiane Rodriguez on your screen.
É isso aí, Joe. Voltando agora aqui com a versão em português pra galera. Então a galera que tá entrando aí, ó, vamos ativar, manda pra todo mundo que agora a gente vai ficar com vocês aqui direto de Ibiraquera, trazendo todas essas emoções, botando energia, botando hype super lá em cima, para estar trazendo tudo isso em português aí para vocês, de tudo o que acontece aqui. Então a gente está com duas transmissões simultâneas aqui. A Kitley com a versão em português para a galera toda aí do Brasil e do mundo que gosta de ouvir aí nossos comentários, ouvir em português. E Josie Astla, que é grande parceiro aqui do lado, trazendo aí os seus comentários em inglês aí pela GK. Então vamos lá, galera. Na água agora então só tem brazuca. As brasileiras aí, Jalila Paulino, Serena Luz e Kessiane Rodrigues. A Serena que tá ganhando a bateria aí, ela tá disparando com 5.40 na lycra de cor laranja. Jalila Paulino aí em segundo lugar com 0.50. E a seguir vem a Kessiane Rodrigues com a nota 3. Kessiane começou agora, então não foi computada as notas vão mudar. E Kessiane que está concorrendo aí ao título mundial. Falta pouquinho, ela está pertinho de ser a nova campeã mundial do circuito de Kite Wave. Vamos botar energia, porque aí, ó, tem grandes talentos. Jalila aí, que já é experiente, ela que conhece a água aqui de Ibiraquera. Serena Luz, que está vindo aí com força total, com grande surf no pé. E a Kessiane Rodrigues aí, que veio aí, é a atual campeã da última etapa aí em Dakar, Marrocos. Ela que ganhou, já está com uma vitória no currículo aí. Então tudo pode ser decidido aqui, galera. Vamos ver, as notas começaram a vir, ó, 3.67 aí para Kessiane, ocupando agora a segunda colocação. Serena continua liderando a prova com 5.40 e Kessiane não tá dando mole não, ó. Kessiane no canto esquerdo de queda, ela vem, dá a sua rasgada ali, continua na onda, e no canto direito ali, ó, vem a Jalila ali em resposta, mandando, olha, altas ondas aqui. Essa pontuou. Vai pontuar, Jalila. Vocês estão vendo aqui as emoções da Copa Kitley Gka Kitesurf World Cup Brasil 2024. Galera, a gente vai começar aí a sortear ao longo dessas baterias aqui brindes daquela que é nossa parceira, aquela nostálgica Mormaia que estava com a gente desde os tempos do voo livre, e agora aqui no kite. Então vamos começar. Vamos soltar a enquete aqui no ao vivo. Bora lá, galera. Bora fazer aumentar isso aqui, porque quando chegar a 100, começamos agora aqui pelo brasileiro, como começar a 100 simultâneos, soltamos um brinde. Chegou mais 100, mais um brinde. Então bora disparar pra galera, divulga aí todo mundo, vai lá no Instagram da Kitley, vai lá agora galera, tem surpresa nova. A Wingley Internacional tá botando a sua perna aí no Brasil e tá entrando nesse evento, e ela lançou um Instagram irado que vai começar a partir de hoje a divulgar. Então entra logo lá para você ser um dos primeiros, ó. Wingley Play. Esse é o Instagram da Wingley Internacional, com a sua perna da Wingley Brasil no Instagram também, ó. É WINGLEY. Vai lá e bota Wingley Play no Instagram. Eles não divulgaram para ninguém, então a gente está fazendo a chamada aqui ao vivo para vocês serem os primeiros a estarem divulgando, para concorrer também a brindes irados dessa revista impressa internacional que está chegando no Brasil também, ó. Então entra lá, ó, Wingley Play, que é a revista internacional que vai trazer vários vídeos, várias cenas do Wing Foil internacional. E não deixa também de curtir a Wingley Brasil, que é a perna no Brasil. Eles que não divulgaram pra ninguém, deixaram campo livre pra gente fazer essa missão aqui no ao vivo. Então galera, bora chamar a galera, divulga esse link aqui pra todo mundo, pra todos os seus conhecidos, porque a gente vai estar aqui, ó. Bora aumentar isso aí. Chegou a 100 espectadores simultâneos, soltamos um brinde Mormai com os brindes da Kitley, iradíssimo. E vamos sortear também para quem está no Brasil, lugares VIPs aí na Copa Kitley The Worlds, para você ter aquele lugarzinho VIP aí no Ceará, nos campeonatos aí em Cauípe, Pecém, Jericoacoara. Bora então ferver isso aqui. Então vamos lá, atingiu 100 espectadores ao vivo na live aí, que está começando agora a transmissão no português. E vamos ficar direto, vamos tá valendo. Abraço ao Flávio que tá na transmissão, abraço a galera toda aí. Bora mulherada, porque tem competição na água. E daqui a pouquinho a gente volta para falar mais de vocês, do universo aí da Mormai, da Kitley, da Wingley, que estão se juntando aí para trazer o melhor aí pro mundo. Vamos pra cima e bora que bora. Olha a Flávia entrando aí, ó. Vamos pra cima, galera. Bora ferver, divulga o link pra todo mundo e bora soltar uma enquete aqui. Vamos fazer aqui uma enquete, pera aí. Pera aí que a galera tá preparando a enquete aqui, ó. Bora ferver, galera. Chegou a 100 espectadores. Vamos soltar brindes irados aí da Mormai, da Kitley. E quem tiver entrando agora na Wingley lá, ó, o Wingley, a Wingley Play, que é o Wingley Internacional, vai estar levando altos brindes irados dessa galera que tá vindo pra agitar o mundo do Wing Foil global. Bora pra cima, galera. Então vamos lá, vamos soltar uma enquete aqui. Quem leva essa bateria? Kesiane, Serena ou Jalila? Bom, soltou, tá lá enquete feito, fervinho, ó, no ar aí. Bora ver aí se vocês estão acompanhando, estão sentindo, estão sabendo julgar aí. E vamos ver aí, então, quem leva a bateria. Tá valendo, galera. Na água agora então, Jalila Paulino com a lycra de cor branca. Kesiane dispara, assume a liderança. Kesiane agora aqui é a protagonista com 11.24. Ela que está confirmando aí o seu kite wave no pé, que está concorrendo ao título mundial. Jalila Paulino agora fica na última posição com 4.33 na lycra branca. Serena Luz aí ocupando a segunda posição com a lycra de cor laranja e vermelha para vocês no screen de tela. E Kesiane Rodrigues aí com 11.24 com as cores de lycra verde e amarelo no seu screen. Kesiane aí que fez a primeira nota de 3.67 e a segunda super alta aí com 7.57. Serena Luz com 5.40, que fez sua segunda nota com apenas 1. E Jalila Paulina aí com 1.25 e a segunda com 3.08. Vocês estão acompanhando as emoções aí da Copa Kitley Gka Kitesurf World Cup Brasil 2024. É a Copa Kitley DAY2 aqui em Ibiraquera. Galera, como é que é isso, pra galera entender? O que é o DAY2, o que é The World, o que é o CBK, o que é o SIC. Vamos explicar um pouquinho aqui pra vocês do universo Kitley. A Copa Kitley The World é a junção de todos os campeonatos mundiais que existem. A Kitley está trazendo para cá, para o Brasil, de uma só vez, tudo que existe no mundo, algo inédito aí que a Kitley vem trazendo a cada ano e cada vez vai superando o seu próprio recorde. Então esse ano ela está trazendo mais 3 eventos inéditos, que é o Mundial de Big Air, Strapless, Twin Tip e Hidrofoil. Continuando também com os mundiais de Freestyle, Kite Wave, Hidrofoil e Wingfoil. Todas juntas formam a Copa Kitley The World. São todos World Cups. Então todos juntos formam a Copa Kitley The World, que acontece do dia 1º de novembro até o dia 31 de novembro. Um mês inteiro de ação e várias atividades. E o que é a Copa Kitley DAY2? Pela primeira vez também no mundo, desde o ano passado, quando a Kitley levou para Saquarema, desde que ela começou lá em 2022 com os eventos, que assumiu a homologação no país, tanto são dos campeonatos nacionais também como dos mundiais, ela trouxe um diferencial, porque como Fórmula 1 só existe um país que cedia, né? Cada etapa em um país. A Kitley conseguiu levar 2 etapas do mesmo circuito para o país, que se transformou em DAY2, que a ideia era o quê? Era divulgar, levar essas etapas para outros lugares no Brasil, formando assim um turismo. Então, o primeiro não podia ser, a não ser a outra, que Saquarema. Então levou para Saquarema, que é a capital mundial do surf aqui no Brasil, capital do surf nacional. Então ela não podia deixar de fazer essa homenagem à capital do surf global aí, o Maracanã das ondas, Saquarema, conhecido tradicionalmente. Então fez a passagem de bastão e levou para Saquarema de uma forma respeitosa, assim como ela fez na Copa Kitley The World, que levou para o Cauípe, que antigamente era só feito no Cumbuca. A gente nunca entendeu porque não Cauípe, que é onde todo começou no Nordeste. Então a gente levou para o Cauípe, e uma forma de respeito também para a cidade. E agora no Detour tá vindo para Ibiraquera, que é esse momento onde a gente está, que Ibiraquera tá vindo aí para representar também, levar essa Ibiraquera que é super conhecida, todo mundo falava e não tinha. Então a Kitley, mais uma vez, passando por todos os limites impossíveis, prefeitura perdendo a eleição, tirando todo o apoio, prefeitura tirando tudo. A mesma assim a Kitley foi lá e falou: vamos fazer pela galera, e a gente fez acontecer, trazendo isso para vocês aqui, para que tudo possa acontecer. Então a galera não entende, não vê, né, todo o esforço que vem por trás, só vê tudo reconhecimento, vê acontecendo, mas a galera no Brasil tem que se orgulhar dessa galera da Kitley, porque eles mudaram a história do esporte, eles estão trazendo cada vez mais essa pegada, essa evolução, trazendo não só a cena de todos os mundiais para o Brasil, botando o Brasil em alto destaque no mundo, valorizando terrenos, valorizando cidades, valorizando os atletas, passando aí reconhecimento para todas as marcas, divulgando aí, ó, todas as marcas frente à União de uma forma gratuita, porque a Kitley nunca cobrou e não cobra, ela quer exatamente expor tudo isso. Então tem que ter a galera aplaudindo de pé esse reconhecimento por todos os integrantes da Kitley que lutam para trazer para vocês isso em primeira mão, de trazer essa transmissão ao vivo aí, toda essa luta que a galera faz, porque não é fácil, galera, não é fácil chegar, pegar uma prefeitura que te dá hotel, que te dá tudo e tira tudo, e você é obrigado a pagar todos os hotéis, todos os restaurantes, pagar a passagem aérea de todo mundo, A gente paga tudo, galera. Então a galera não tem ideia, acha que as pessoas, que a galera tá aqui, que tem Qatar, que tem... Não, a gente paga tudo para trazer para vocês em primeira mão aqui. É uma luta, é um sacrifício, mas a gente luta porque sabe que o esporte precisa. A gente que vem do mundo do voo livre, que já tem toda essa experiência, que sabe o que é certo, o que é errado, sabe o que funciona. Existem associações que fazem, não, nada disso é real, nada disso existe, gente. A luta é real. Então a Kitley correu para ser homologada, ela é homologada para fazer os campeonatos brasileiros. Os campeonatos brasileiros da Kitley que são oficiais. O Mundial da Kitley, que é oficial, que é o que vocês estão vendo aqui. Então existe muita essa lenda no Brasil. A Kitley não perde tempo divulgando, ela vai lá e faz. A energia é para fazer tudo isso para vocês, galera. Então é uma luta e tem muita coisa bacana. Então o CBK é o Circuito Brasileiro de Kitesurf, que tá lá, que luta para levar. Levamos hoje o Dream Tour, Lajinha, Ibiraquera, Saquarema, Taíba, Pecém, Cauípe. Tudo com produções originais, a maior premiação do Brasil. E a gente nem liga para isso. A gente sabe que desde 2022 a gente vem com a maior premiação. Isso a gente nem divulga, porque a gente faz por vocês. Mas é importante que todos sabem a nossa luta. Então vamos lá, galera, para ver quem levou. Porque a bateria agora chega ao fim de Kesiane Rodrigues, Serena Luz e Jalila Paulino. Quem leva e quem vai para repescagem. Olha o replay acontecendo aqui. Então é importante que a galera toda reconheça realmente do que a gente estava falando. Eu paro aqui nesse momento, não para falar em nome próprio, mas para falar ainda em cima da galera que está aqui por trás, para fazer o evento acontecer, para botar a melhor estrutura. Eventos hoje que são reconhecidos mundialmente, que são referências no mundo inteiro. A Kitley colocou o mundo do wind e do wing e do kite em outro patamar, como eles falam aqui, em outra prateleira, colocando aqui o esporte no outro nível. Então isso tudo é reconhecimento, a gente tem que valorizar e a gente faz, galera, por vocês. E é por isso que tem a nossa música, que enquanto o K estiver lá, a esperança irá reinar. Então a gente faz para todo mundo de uma forma justa. Não é porque temos atletas hoje da Kitley Brasil e da Kitley International que eles vão ganhar. Não, eles têm que ganhar por merecimento. Então é isso que a gente fala, porque na água todos são iguais. A gente tem um privilégio de ter atletas no pódio, como a Helena Moreno, que foi campeã mundial de wing foil ontem. Campeonato ainda está valendo, mas ela foi campeã antecipada aí. A Helena Moreno, que é da Kitley International. Lorenzo Casati, campeão de Big Air, que é da Kitley International. Então a gente tem a felicidade de ter esses atletas também. Mas a prioridade não é um campeão, a prioridade é um exemplo. A gente quer ter exemplos na Kitley, então esses são os atletas. Kesiane foi campeã também. Brasileira, ela acabou perdendo para a Sofia, que foi super merecido. Kesiane, que não conhecia aqui os mares de Ibiraquera, conseguiu chegar em segundo, mas super merecido. Então a gente não passa a mão, tem que ganhar na água, tem que mostrar o talento e o kite wave. Mas ela que se preparou, tá vindo agora preparada aí para o mar de Ibiraquera. Vamos para cima. As duas estão preparando aí, as atletas Kitley, Serena Luz também. Galera, vamos pra cima. Vocês já estão vendo o comercial, mas a gente tá empolgado, tá falando em cima aqui nos comerciais para trazer tudinho para vocês em primeira mão e explicar tudo o que acontece na cena do kitesurf nacional. Então bora aí, entre aí, galera, bora aí, passem o link, se inscrevam e bora pra frente, que agora é isso. E bora falar das manobras, vamos fazer o que a galera tá pedindo. É porque a gente precisava passar esse recado aqui em nome do todo o time que luta, que a galera não vê, da galera que vai pro hospital porque tá passando mal, da galera que teve que ir tomar medicação, da galera que passa dia e noite trabalhando debaixo do sol, pro atleta chegar ali, olhar aquela área e ficar feliz e ao mesmo tempo mandar aquelas velhas frases daquelas pessoas que a gente conhece bem. Então, galera, vamos se unir, porque isso aqui é feito pra vocês. Então bora lá. Entrando agora na água aí, tem a Daniela Moreno, Charlotte Capetuar e a Yasmina. Yasmina que tá mandando muito, que tá vendo da Suíça. A Daniela Moreno, que tem o mesmo nome da Helena, que é espanhola, e a Charlotte Capetuar da França vão protagonizar essa bateria. E a gente vai vir agora falando da bateria, vai vir narrando tudo. E bora ver o que tá acontecendo. E galera, se inscreve aí, divulga pros amigos que quando chegar 100, cara, tem relógio, tem boné, tem óculos, tem altos brindes irados aí da Mormai, que tá abraçando a família Kitley, que é a família, que não sei se sabe que a Kitley ela não tem marcas, não tem patrocinadores, faz tudo com carinho e não deixa também marcas entrarem. As marcas são convidadas, então a gente tem que perceber que uma marca é legal para poder entrar realmente e não virar zona no tatame, na arena aqui. Então vamos pra cima. Vem aí, Joe.
Beginning. Living out there in Cape Verde, she knows what it is to get on and get some turns on the waves. Let's see how she does here, because obviously backside, I think it's safe to say, comfortably more difficult in these conditions. And a 6.0 for Jasmina. I'm going to love it. You got to say it. You got to love an underdog. Jasmina, we've seen good things from her, but you haven't seen her here at an event, and comes in and she is getting some of the best scores of the day, and consistently as well. Let's have a look in that last heat. In the last heat, she scored a total in that round number 1 of a 13.73. And the 13.73, ladies and gentlemen, is the best score of the competition so far. So Jasmina Bujanau is your top athlete. Silent but deadly, that young lady, as you can see here on your screen. 6.67. Look, it's just that bottom turn. She engages, she pushes through the fins, really drives through that rail, and then hits it and smacks it off the top. You can see there is no hesitation, and it is full commitment. And this is why the judges are loving this, as she has the best combination score so far. So a 10.80 at the moment, 6.0 and a 4.80. As we're just coming up on that 10-minute mark. Daniela Moreno in second position, Charlotte Carpentier there in third. Neither of those athletes able to get a decent wave score yet, but still, Daniela looks like she's going to be up in it. There it goes, 5.43. Now we're talking. Winner of this heat will be making their way through to round number 5. And the second and third will be going into round number 4. Let's not forget we will be overlapping. And it is so cool to see an underdog coming in, overtaking on the outside. At the moment, proving she is one of the top athletes to beat. At the moment, Kessiani Rodriguez, Sofia Brau, and Jasmina Bujanau are your athletes to keep your eyes on, as they are the highest scored athletes out here of the competition so far. We are currently in round number 3. In round number 4, Jalila Paulino, Clemence Derian, Camille Lassanan and Serena Luz are waiting. And round number 5, your quarterfinals already through. Sofia Abreu and Kesiani Rodriguez. World Championship titles up for grabs. The athlete with the most possibility is Capucine Delanois, as we will get into those scenarios as it gets a little bit closer, because there are a million scenarios before, let's say, the quarterfinals. Capucine Delanois has a nice advantage over the rest of the fleet. As she has a 390-point lead. So who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Alright, so 5.43, a 10.80 and a 2.45 at the moment, the scores that we have here. Less than 8 minutes to go. Your Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour. Okay, so information coming in. It looks like the athletes are outside of the competition area. So I'm not sure if a lot of these waves are going to be scored because they are outside of that comp area. They're all the way down to the right-hand side. I can see our sports crew having a look, just getting informed. Unfortunately, I am going to say it. It is 1 o'clock. The forecast was saying that wind would be dropping towards the afternoon. And at the moment, it looks like it might be right on the money. So we are keeping our eye on the conditions as it stands right now. Jasmina Bujano is going to be in first place with just over 6 minutes to go. But look at that. They are floating and flying and pushing around here for your Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour event here for the Copa Kitley Gka. And we can see the athletes all the way down the bottom. So yeah, like information coming in, they are not being scored. They really are not being scored. Let's get a little bit of an outside view here. Yeah, so you can see Charlotte Carpentier is all the way down the bottom. She is the pixel on our screen. Yeah, she really is down the ends. So you can see that boy on the mark on the left-hand side is his downwind mark. And here you can see Daniela Moreno looking like it is the same issue. So they're trying to come upwind. So both of these athletes out of the competition area. Oh, yeah, that is the sign. Kite's starting to fall out of the sky. As we're getting an overview here, so you can see that mark. And you can see as it is getting flat out there, all of the athletes. There's that downwind mark. And you can see all of them outside, completely outside of the competition area. So there you can see that is the competition area in between those two marks. So none of the athletes in the water. So going to be interesting to see what our comp directors do here, because it does look like the wind has completely disappeared and waiting for information to come in. Alright, so yeah, information in. Athletes completely out of the competition area. As we're going to get a full view of there. Here we can see our beautiful setup here for your Copa Kitley Gka Kitesurf World Cup here in Ibiraquera. And there it is. None of the athletes are out there. So at the moment, obviously they're not getting scored. The time is ticking down as it stands. 10.80 there for Jasmina, a 5.43 for Daniela, and a 2.45 for Charlotte Carpentier. Jasmina, 90 seconds. She has the lead. She's trying to make it happen and trying to make her way back up wins as athletes. As I mentioned before, they are out there on 10-meter kites and some of them are 11s. And they are not even in the competition area. So unfortunately, it does look like that wind is starting to disappear, which is what the forecast says it would be doing. I think Jasmina is just inside right now as we're about to close out with the final 60 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. The final 60 seconds. All right, so Jasmina, she is in the area, so she can, this wave would count. So this will count because she is in between the marks. Up and away, boom, off the top there for Jasmina. Nice, going straight into another turn. Keeping that kite powered, you can see her really trying to milk everything she can. As we are going to be coming to the end of that heat. In the final 3 seconds. So it is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, Jasmina Bujanao is going to be going through to that round number 5, and Daniela Moreno and Charlotte Carpentier are going to be going into round number 4, as we are going to see the highlights, and we will be right back.
This is a dream come true.
É isso aí, galera, é isso aí. Agora, ó, Simona Schatzman na água. E eu favoreço pra Simona, porque a Simona é o tipo de lado que ela gosta. Astrid e Cappuccini Delanois pela França. Simona aí, que é da Suíça. Astrid da França e Cappuccini Delanois vamos agora protagonizar essa bateria. Simona Schatzman, que é da Kitley International, que é apresentadora aí dos programas da Kitley International, tá vindo aí Cappuccini e Astrid Shells. Bora ver quem vai levar essa bateria.
And welcome back, everybody. Astrid Chalus, Simona Schwartz, Capucine Delanois are going to be coming up for this final heat of that round number 3. Capucine Delanois is our current overall leader on the tour. She is the top athlete, let's not forget, as Capucine Delanois was second over there in Dakla, first in Silt, and second in Cape Verde with 2,740 points. Kessiani Rodriguez second overall with 2,350 points, and Camille Lassaran third overall with 2,220 points.
É isso aí, galera, lembrando aí que tá valendo aí título mundial. Cappuccini aí que vem liderando a competição. Em segundo lugar tem Kessiani Rodrigues. Kessiani ela não fez a etapa lá de Dakla. Legal, depois ela pegou, assumiu aí, foi pra frente, começou a fazer os seus treinos e aí chegou nas primeiras colocações, é atual campeã de Dakla aí e tá vindo com sangue aí pra ganhar e pra levar e se tornar campeã mundial. Tudo pode acontecer, galera. Vamos ver, vamos acompanhar essa bateria.
Here we can see Capucine Delanois a little further on the downside. So here, Capucine Delanois is in the middle of the competition area. There we can see Astrid Chalus here on the right hand side. So they are right in the middle. But it is definitely light. You can see, look, Capucine going, what is happening? There's no waves, no wind. And Astrid here trying to get out of the way. So Capucine with her hand up. But definitely, yeah, you can see her not happy. Astrid, unfortunately, she's lost the ball, so there's not much she could do there. But wind is very, very light here, as it is cooling 15 knots. And Astrid, you can see the wind is really, as they would say down here, viento está fraco. So Simona is already outside of the competition area. Going to run up the competition area, and Simona is getting some assistance as she makes her way up. You see her running up the beach. Astrid Chalus there on the bottom side. So it looks like Simona is going to be changing the kite. Faces of frustration, I must say. In that previous heat, while we're waiting for information to come in, as I mentioned before, Jasmina Moreno taking the win with an 11.77. Super consistent, this athlete. Daniela Moreno with a 5.43, and Charlotte Carpentier with a 2.
Fala, galera, Joe tá tendo probleminha aí no som Então vamos assumir aqui para vocês estarem vendo aqui em tempo real. Tá aí a Simona Schartzmann, que é da Suíça aí. Ela trocando aqui, correndo, vai trocar o equipamento. Tá pegando aí Cappuccino de lá no ar. E... ó, chegando informações aqui. Boa, boa, boa. Vamos continuar aqui. O pessoal tá falando aqui das próximas baterias e da previsão que a galera vai ter que correr, que é possível que o vento pare. Então eles vão entrar no modo Overlap System. Bora ver agora então, tem a Cappuccino aí. Cappuccino de lá no ar, vindo com a lycra de cor verde. De volta a Simona. Pra Simona é favorável aqui, porque é exatamente a posição que ela está acostumada. Então a Simona está entrando na água aí novamente. E no visor aqui a gente tá vendo. A galera tá mandando nota aqui da última bateria. É porque eles estão usando o sistema aí da GK, não é o sistema do CBK. O sistema do CBK nota em tempo real. Já teria saído aqui, mas a gente tá esperando. Eles mandaram, já chegou a confirmação para mim aqui das últimas baterias. E vamos esperar eles mandarem. Vem daí, Joe.
And you can see as that angle, they are really having to throw down, really having to make their way further up if they want to stay inside of that area. Simona is in the competition area. Astrid just making her way back. The 2.67 so far for Capucine Delanois. I'm waiting for validation on a final score here from her. Capucine just making her way down, just getting scores out on the board. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, having a tough time. You can see some of the athletes getting ready there as well, warming up. And Daniela Moreno and Elena. Daniela Moreno, always the smile, coming in for the Canaries as well, as she makes her way up. She has Stoke in her eyes. Daniela Moreno, as she will be there in round number 4. Going to be going up against Jalina Paulino. The winner of that heat will be making it through to the quarterfinals of the competition. Astrid here. She has a 5.77. Capucine Delanois a 6.50. can really see the athletes having trouble keeping the power in the kite and really having a pretty much mid-face turn. And just not being able to get the speed here. And ending it off, a little bit of a hack there for the French athlete. Looking to improve on that 2.60. She's just under 2 points behind Capucine Delanois. Less than 6 minutes to go. Plenty of time, but now you can see all of the athletes once again are outside of the competition area. So all of the athletes are outside of that competition area. Alright, so information coming in. It looks like they're pushing through this round. And they will be revising to see if they continue on with round number 4. There you can see the smile. Daniela Moreno desde las Islas Canarias there from Spain. And sending the love to you guys and girls back home. Congratulations. Felicidades, Daniela. Gran trabajo. So just getting information in. As you can see, it definitely is glassing out the front here. It really is starting to get glassy. There we can see Simona, but I think that is out of the competition area. She is far down. Waiting to see if those scores will come up. Either she's right on the line. Okay, so there we can see all of the athletes are outside of that competition area. This is why they're not getting any scores. A 9.16 here for Capucine Delanois, 6.0 for Astrid, and a 3.21 is going to be for Simona Schwartzman. So she has, at the moment, Capucine Delanois would be the winner, and she would be going into the heat number 4, round number 2. Here we have a Jasmina Janelle, the underdog, having some of the best rides of the competition. And there we go. She's saying hi. Congratulations to her. Great work. And here I have some information coming in for you guys and girls at home. So and once again, welcome to Iberica Beach. Alright, so information is coming in. Let's have a look at the scores to see how long we have left. As we have just over 2 minutes to go, as the athletes are outside the competition area. Their scores will not be counting, but I can see Capucine Delanois. This is just on the line, so if she jumps on a wave, I reckon it could count. As she is looking, she's right on that line. And looks like she's turning around to see if she can get another wave, even though she is in that first place. Capucine Delanois here, your current world number 1. 90 seconds of this heat so far. Capucine Delanois will be making her way into the quarterfinals, going in straight into that round number 5. And the final minute, ladies and gentlemen. So information just come in. We are continuing on. They're going to try and see that round number 4. So we continue on with round number 4. And they will be looking at the conditions very closely. As it stands right now, here we can see Capucine Delanois 10.30. Astrid Chalus 6.0. Simona Schwarzman with a 4.93. Are we going to be seeing another ride here from Capucine? She's looking at it. She definitely is looking at it. And she's going to engage. So Capucine Delanois dropping in. Nice top turn. Smacking it off the top. Can she get past the foam ball? One hit wonder. Yes, she can. As we are going to be closing this one out in the final seconds here. So it is going to be official. It is going to be Capucine Delanois making her way into the quarterfinals, and into round number 4 is going to be Astrid Chalus and Simona Schwarzman. As we continue on, let's see the highlights of that last heat before we go into round number 4 of the women here in Kitley Gka.
This is a dream come true.
And welcome back, everybody, as we continue on with round number 4. This round is going to be overlap, meaning that first is going to be Daniela Moreno and Jalila Paulino are going to come out on the water. For the first 8 minutes, they are going to be alone, and then they're going to be joined by Simona Schwarzman and Clemence Derian, that heat number 2 here of your round number 4. Let's go out to the action as we start it off here. Who is going to continue on in the competition? Because let's not forget, elimination round on the water. Only one will continue.
É isso aí, galera. Estamos aqui agora na transmissão simultânea aí com a GK e a Kitley, trazendo isso de pertinho para tudo de vocês pela Copa Kitley Gka Kitesurf World Cup Brasil e Ibiraquera. Vocês estão vendo aí, ó, Jalila que não para, essa menina tá avançando, trocando de lycra toda hora. E aí na bateria, Jalila que falou lá no Brasileiro, falou assim, eu não vou entrar porque eu vou tirar todas essas meninas daí e vai ser chato. A gente falou, que isso, Jalila, vai pra cima. E tá aí, ó, então sai da água aí, tá toda hora entrando na bateria. Jalila ali que está se preparando. Estamos aqui agora na Barra de Ibiraquera. São 2 pontos aqui. Tem a Barra de Ibiraquera e a Praia do Luz. A Praia do Luz ali tem a estrutura número 2. Caso mude direção aqui,
And welcome back, everybody, as we continue on with round number 4, heat number 1. Daniela Moreno and Jalila Paulino, as they're going to have the second half of their heats. They will have 8 minutes, and then we are also going to be having out there on the water at the same time, because we have the overlap system. Is going to be Simona Schwartzman versus Clemence Derian. Let's go out to the water, as it looks like we are about to start.
Pienso que es una puta mierda, pero baja.
All right, so we are back on in actions. It does look like we are definitely having tech issues here. We do apologize. As the internet, let's throw the hamster another carrot and see if he can paddle a little bit faster. In the water right now, we can see that we have Daniela Moreno, Jalila Paulino, excuse me. And she is going up against, also, because we have the overlapping system, Simona Schwartzman versus Clemence Derian. Here you can see both of those scores out here. At the moment, Daniela Moreno slightly ahead here with 3 minutes 20 seconds to go. And then we have 11.5 minutes here for Simona and for Clemence. Alright, Clemence here, you can see her throwing around. The athletes have gone out on bigger kites. Clemence, and it's a bit more offshore as well. You can see her getting pulled off the back of the wave. Unless you get it in here. Here we can see Simona floating around, get it done. There's 3 nice turns here for Simona, but they're really having to pull those turns in and pull that kite down if they want to stay out there on the wave. Here we have Daniela Moreno, who is currently in second position, a 6.17 for Jalila. Daniela here, waiting to see if she can get a wave. She's going to want to improve and get around a 3. Oh, but goes down, unfortunately, crashing out. Final moments of that heat. She's going to have to get a groove on if she wants to have an opportunity of making her way in to the quarterfinals here in Gka. Clemence also, conditions are definitely on the light side. As we can see already, they are out of the competition area, meaning that scores are not going to be coming. So waiting for information to come in. But all athletes are out of the competition area. So not managing to stay up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a cancellation coming up very soon. I'll keep you guys updated. Here we can see Astrid Chalus as she is coming up. She is going to be going out against a good friend, Camilo Serra. She is getting her kites ready to go and having a little look at the seconds from what I can see there. And the final moments for that heat of Daniela and Jalila. Daliana just been able to stay back outwind. She's 20 seconds in. Oh, she's going to be turning around, trying to get on the wave. And here we can see Clement. She is upwind and going to try and get on another one as well. As it is going to be the changeover. Okay, so it looks like we are continuing on. So obviously conditions are seen differently from what I can see down here in the booth. So I'm waiting for confirmation. And waiting for some information to come in here from our sports crew.
Bandera verde.
All right, so we are in action, meaning we are continuing on. So coming out is going to be Camille Solan and Astrid Chalus, but I mean, no one is in the competition area here. The wind is very light. And let's see what our sports crew is going to be saying. There we can see Camille Solan, Astrid Chalus, the two athletes that are getting ready. Switzerland versus France. Both of these girls hang out a lot in Tarifa. Camille living out there and Astrid spending some months. So very good friends as they battle it out to see who continues on, because this is an elimination round, meaning that only one will be able to continue. So I mean, really right now, it is unbelievably light.
Dime. Bueno, de aquella manera. No. Bueno, pero qué historia. Ya has hecho que estamos en directo. Vale, pero digo, ¿cuándo lo has subido? Entonces. Pero has puesto la historia a esta hora, esta mañana, ¿no? Vamos a empezar desde cero. ¿Has subido una historia de que estamos haciendo live stream hoy? Ah, pues entonces ¿para qué vas a poner otra? Ah, vale. Sí, métele. No, no, está bien de momento. Pero vamos, son preguntas para preguntar a Yana. Es decir, el live stream funciona. Ahora lo que quiera hacer ella, estamos. Condiciones de mierda, pero vamos. Gracias.
All right, so here we can see Camille with a couple of nice turns. Now we're talking as we're waiting for result. Daniela Moreno, 6.17 here from Jalila. So Jalila Paulino making her way into the quarterfinals. And we can see a nice replay of that wave here from Camille.
É isso aí, galera. Voltamos aqui, ó. Parece que aqui foram rompidas as fibras aqui da Praia do Luz. A gente tá usando o nosso Starlink aqui para poder divulgar isso para vocês. Mas a gente vai dar uma paradinha aqui para ficar só no canal internacional, porque para poder transmitir melhor, porque a Starlink não vai segurar melhor qualidade para todo mundo. Os técnicos já estão vindo aqui consertar as fibras aqui da Praia do Luz, que arrebentaram ali, um caminhão passou, não foi aqui, foi do lado, mas arrebentou toda a conexão. Então a gente está na Starlink aqui, porque a gente não para, a gente não dá mole, já tá botando o Starlink para ativar para vocês tudo em primeira mão. Então fiquem lá no internacional e depois a gente volta aqui quando tudo estiver organizado para mandar aqueles brindes irados aí da Mormai, da Kitley, da Wingley, e a gente vai ficar com vocês. Então, quando a gente voltar, a gente vai acionar lá no Instagram. Vocês vão receber a notificação. E aqui também, ó. Então segue aí, ó. Marca o sininho para receber aquela notificação. Quando a gente voltar notificado. E a gente volta com aqueles comentários irados, a entrevista, com tudo isso que vocês estão curtindo aí. E trazendo em tempo real. Então vamos lá, sem perder tempo, pra galera não perder a conexão aqui. Bons ventos!